Hello, I'm Jason from StrataGames, and today we are playing some more Pauper. This is Madness Burn, Rakdos Burn, Rakdos Madness, whatever you want to call it. Although with the Sneaky Snacker update from Modern Horizons 3, it's harder to call it Rakdos Burn since it's technically Grixis. It doesn't matter. We're playing a bunch of Madness spells, Fiery Temper, Alms of the Vein, and Kitchen Imp, aggressive and burn spells that we can cast for very cheap, a single mana if we're discarding them. We want to discard them with Faithless Looting, Highway Robbery, Blood Tokens from Vampire's Kiss and Voldaren Epicure, and the new card from Duskmourn, Grab the Prize, which deals 2 damage if you discard a non-land card, which is any of our Madness spells. So everything we want to be discarding is going to deal an extra 2 damage. This deck was already playing like Highway Robberies and things like that for a little bit of extra card draw and discard. So the fact that we now have one that just also deals damage, which is what the deck wants to do anyway, is definitely a bit of an upgrade. Also, Sneaky Snacker was an upgrade for this deck from Modern Horizons 3 because you're able to use a Grab the Prize effect on turn 2 to discard the Snacker, immediately drawing 3 cards and bringing it back to the field. And then they can just keep coming back as you draw your 3rd card each turn with more Grab the Prize, Highway Robbery, or Faithless Looting as well, or just a couple of blood tokens that you patch together. We also have some Lightning Bolts and some Galvanic Blasts because we're just a burn deck and they're some pretty efficient burn spells. And we have all of the artifact lands that we can in these colors for the Galvanic Blasts. We have Jagged Barrens, which is a land that pings your opponent. We have 1 Rakdos Carnarium, just as a nice way to pick up a land that we can then discard to one of our discard spells if we need to, a little bit of extra value. So this is a pretty standard main deck. This isn't a deck that I play a lot, so I didn't make any grand changes to it or anything like that. For the sideboard, we have Trespasser's Curse. This is a little bit of extra burn and life gain against any go-wide deck. It works great against Kuldotha, which is very rampant right now, seeing as the other card from Duskmourn is a mono red card, the Clockwork Percussionist, really good one. Trespasser's Curse works against pretty much any go-wide deck as well, white weenies, mono red, anything like that. It also works against Brood Scale combo, but if your opponent knows what they're doing, they can get around it, so I don't necessarily think I would side that in against them, but we'll see. And the Festivities wipes your opponent's board, same as the Trespasser's Curse. It's going to be coming in against most decks that go wide. Nihil Spellbomb is a nice way to hit your opponent's graveyard for your Terror decks or other Snacker decks or anything like that. Couple Gorilla Shamans and Smash to Smithereens for ways to deal with artifacts. I only have 4 ways to deal with artifacts in the sideboard right now because I feel like Affinity I have not seen much at all recently, especially since Duskmourn came out, since Mono Red's the big thing. But just in the last couple weeks, I haven't really seen much Affinity. And I'm sure it'll get me, and I will wish I had 4 Gorilla Shamans or whatever. Smash to Smithereens, a lot of people play Cast into the Fire. I think that's right in a lot of decks. I kind of like the Smash better in these decks. These decks being Mono Red and the Rakdos Burn, because they both like the damage. And so 3 damage is a lot of damage. If you're also able to blow up a Mirrodin land or a Mirror Retriever or anything like that, it's pretty nice. Obviously, we can't exile a bridge with it, so that's pretty relevant, but so it goes. You got to make some sort of trade-off. And then we have 3 Pyroblast effects for any blue decks that are running blue spells. So that's the deck. I haven't played the deck a ton. I do like it. It is pretty interesting. And I remember when Outlaws of Thunder Junction first came out and we got Jagged Barrens, the deck was played an absolute ton of times. And since then, we've just gotten more upgrades, Sneaky Snacker and Grab the Prize. So finally, I decided, let's take it for a spin and see how we do with it. So let's jump into the games. All right, we have not the best hand here with no Madness spells, but 3 lands, some card draw. I don't think we're going to mulligan this. Every card matters here, so let's just start with the Jagged Barrens and pass. They're on Island Pass. We got a Sneaky Snacker. That's pretty good. So we can just play a Grab the Prize, discarding the Snacker. If they have a Spell Pierce, we can just get it back with a Faithless Looting next turn. If they don't, we just get to get it back now. They do have it, which is pretty annoying, admittedly, but we still get to get the Sneaky Snacker next turn, assuming there's no other counterspell. So I think it's worth it. Another island for them and pass. So it could be a counterspell. We have a Kitchen Imp. Well, we're going to cast a Faithless Looting. And they don't counterspell, and we get 2 Kitchen Imps. So let's do that. Sneaky Snacker and 2 Kitchen Imps is pretty good. They can counter one of them, but they can't counter both. Thought Scour themselves. I thought maybe they'd Thought Scour us. They have a Sneaky Snacker of their own, so they look like they're blue-black, or maybe just mono-blue with snackers. Mono-blue Terror with snackers, I could see that. Another Thought Scour. They hit another Terror. No, another Snacker. I know what the card is. They hit another Snacker, but they do have to draw 3 cards next turn to get it back. And meanwhile, we're already cracking in for 4. And if they get theirs back, they're tapped, so we're already going to be about 10 damage ahead of them. Which is pretty good, even if they do manage to get them. They're going to ponder, see what they see. I think this deck is pretty sweet. I haven't played it too much, though, admittedly. This is like my 3rd league with it, maybe. But I do like the Grab the Prize. It feels very good. Like, it's just the same type of spell that we've had before, a little more restrictive, but with 2 extra damage, which is exactly what you want to be doing. So they don't shuffle with their Ponder, and then they Thought Scour, and that's their 3rd card draw. So they do get their Sneaky Snackers back, milling 2 more spells, so they could definitely slam a Terror here if they have it, and they do, which is pretty good. But again, we have them down to 9 already, and then if we play Epicure, that's 8, and then we can Galv Blast them, and that's 4. Don't have triple red, or we can put them to 1. But yeah, let's just play an Epicure, ping them, attack for 6, flying. I think we just put them to 4 while they're tapped out, right? I think that makes sense. That way they have to have counter spells for basically every lightning bolt we have, because we could easily have another Epicure or Jagged Barons that'll ping up for the 1 difference. Or Grab the Prize does too, so we have lethal in hand actually, if they don't hold up counter magic. Plus, we have 1 extra attacker that they don't have in the air, so either of these was actually lethal if they don't have a boomerang or anything. They're going to swing with their Terror, which is fine. If they play another, so be it, but if not, Epicure can get in as well. They do have the 2nd one. Pass to us. Vault of Whispers doesn't do much. I guess Grab the Prize doesn't deal damage if we discard like a Vault. Well, we're going to swing first with the Flyers. They're going to block the Kitchen Imps, for sure. Or they have an Echoing Truth for the Kitchen Imps. That is extremely interesting and actually makes it so that we have lethal, because we can discard one of those to Grab the Prize and not pay for it, and then Lightning Bolt. And they'll block our Snacker. So, pretty good for us, actually. Oh, I guess we can Madness it too, because we have this extra land. So might as well discard this with a Grab the Prize, Madness it off a Madness a Kitchen Imp off of it, deal you 2, Sneaky Snacker's back, but also let's just Lightning Bolt you. And look at all this extra value we still had. Another Kitchen Imp, I mean, they gave that to us. Fiery Temper, Grab the Prize, which is more card draw, Snacker coming back. Dang. So, we get to bring in our Spell Bombs, since they're all about that graveyard, and we get to bring in our Pyroblasts. We get to take out, this is the hard part. I feel like there are some matchups where Sneaky Snacker's not good, like Mono Red. I feel like there are a couple matchups that Kitchen Imp's not great, like Dimir Control, kind of like this one, but it has like Modern Ages and stuff. And that's because they have Modern Age and Sneaky Snackers. With just the Snackers, I still kind of like the Kitchen Imps. Anyway, so I usually end up just taking out like 1 of each of a few of these cards, like maybe 1 Alms of the Vein, because I like the interaction a little bit better to hit Snackers and things. Maybe 1 Highway Robbery. Voldaren Epicure gets traded with pretty easily. Maybe I do like Kitchen Imp quite a bit, though. Well, that's where it gets tough. What else to cut? I mean, Lightning Bolt's good, but it also doesn't get us the value that the Madness spells get us. And then maybe it is a Kitchen Imp since they have Snackers, or maybe I should just cut 4 Kitchen Imps. Look, I don't know. I don't know how to play this deck. I just cast the spells. Who can be sure how to play it? This hand is pretty bad. All Galvanics with only 1 artifact. So we're gonna mulligan. Honestly, if this was 3 artifact lands, I might keep that. But I don't think it's good enough. This is better. We have a Madness card, quite a bit of payoffs, Spellbomb. I think we'll get rid of 1 Epicure. Unless we just want to get rid of the Vampire's Kiss, if it doesn't do as much damage. Yeah, because the life gain isn't super relevant. And I kind of want the 1/1. We'll get rid of the Vampire's Kiss. I think that's fine. They play an island and pass. I think we're just going to start with an Epic here. It's not as important to get this black down right away, because I can't get this Kitchen Imp out next turn anyway, unless I like draw Faithless and use it right away, but I'd also need a land for it. So I prefer to just get down some 1/1s that are going to start attacking. Then again, Sneaky Snacker already in the bin. Maybe I should have just gotten down a Spell Bomb. Pyroblast could be good as well. Let's swing for 1. Now this is tough because I could play another Epic here, which is what I want to do, or I could just hold up a Pyroblast in case they have more mental notes and try to just get a quick Terror next turn. I feel like we got to go for the Epic here, though. Taking it slow already on turn 2 is not really where I want to be. I could play the Spell Bomb too, but I feel like that's definitely getting countered. And a counter spell on the Epic here is not actually the worst thing in my mind, so I'm okay with that. They're just going to pass, and we get a Sneaky Snacker. So now we could go for a grab the prize with a Snacker, which is great, but that's almost definitely going to get countered. So I think I'm just going to play this Spell Bomb and then back it up with a Pyroblast. And if they have the Spell Pierce, so be it. Question is, if this resolves, would I really want to even blow it up right now? Because I wouldn't draw the card, but it doesn't seem like that's going to matter. They have the Hydro. 5 spells in grave, so we'll see if they get some fast terrors now. Only 3 cards in hand is the only silver lining. There's a terror for 2 mana. They hold up a counterspell. Well, discard a Snacker to the grab the prize, or I could discard a Kitchen Imp to the grab the prize. I think the Snacker's better because it can be chump. It can start chumping with this terror and stuff. So let's try that. Probably meeting a counterspell, but ooh, but if not, that's pretty good. Ooh, and we get a Pyroblast. That's good. Can't use it yet on the terror, but maybe next turn. They play an island. Swing for 5. If they go for a Lorien here, I'm going to Pyro that, I will say. Yeah. No, oh, while I'm Murmuring Mystic, I will also Pyroblast. They have too many scary things. But I cannot let that resolve. I can, yeah, just discard this Kitchen Imp and play it. Off this blood. I mean, we both have 5 damage a turn here. But we have 5 damage first. We're a little ahead of them. Plus we have a Jagged Barons. Plus we have another Kitchen Imp next turn. Sometimes it is hard to speak. They have a Thought Scour, and they don't save it. If they had saved it for their turn and they draw another way to draw a card, then they could get back their Snacker, but just used it then. Build a Boomerang. So they swing for 5. We can swing for 7 with this Kitchen Imp in hand. We draw a Great Furnace, so yeah, just going to have to hardcast this. But I could leave back the Epicure, but I don't think I'm going to need to chump this turn, and just in case they have like an Echoing Truth to bounce both of these, I'd rather just get in for as much damage as possible. And then if I need to leave back a chump blocker next turn, I obviously will, maybe even 2, in case they have more bounce spells. They Boomerang the Snacker, which is fair, because I don't have a way to cast that. But they still take 5 down to 4, and we have 4 flying here, so they have to find another answer. And they concede. We got a nice win there against Mono Blue Terror, splashing for the Snackers. Again, blessed with being on the play, and a pretty good hand here. We're going to keep it. 2 tap lands means we can't grab the prize Snacker turn 2, unless we draw an untapped land, but we can just get down an Epicure on turn 2 and then do it that turn 3. They look like they're on Elves with a Llanowar. So question is, should I just shoot the Llanowar Elves right now? Tough question, but I think I've learned that you don't always want to do that. Like, yeah, sometimes, and if they don't have another land, then I'm going to feel silly for not shooting the Elves. But with only 2 removal spells in hand, and in Elves you have so many targets for removal spells, I think I prefer to save these for the Quirion Rangers, the Priest of Titania, the Turn Timber Rangers, all those various ones. That said, they did miss their land drop, so they feeling a little silly. They also did not do the Quirion Ranger trick, which could have gotten them 2 more mana. So that almost makes me want to bolt Quirion and Llanowar Elves. But we're missing our 3rd land drop, so I think it's too much value to not just grab the prize here, discarding a Sneaky Snacker to draw 2. Or I could Faithless Looting, but if I hit another Madness spell, I can only use one of them. So yeah, I think we're going to try grabbing the prize with the Snacker. No land drop, another Galvanic. They have a 1/2, so we have to sit back. So not really what we wanted to see, although I don't hate an extra removal spell. They are going to Quirion Ranger this time. Maybe they didn't have anything else for 2 mana, but that is interesting. Turn Timber Elf. Timber Watch Elf. That's the one. That's the one that's scary. And a Well-Wisher. That's also pretty scary. This turn, we are definitely going to have to deploy some removal spells. We got a Galvanic, so these deal 4 now. No, we got a Great Furnace, I mean. But we have to shoot this because this neutralizes our game plan, and we have to shoot this because them pumping their team is pretty brutal for us. So, and Galvanics deal 4, so we might as well use Lightning Bolts for this, like on the Well-Wisher and the Timber Watch. And it might still be worth it to shoot the Quirion Ranger. I mean, we only have 1 other mana. What are we going to do with it? Faithless Looting with these doesn't do much, so I'm gonna blow up the Quirion Ranger. Seeing as they're still not hitting land drops, and that Quirion does then, in that case, add 2 mana, I think it's worth it. Right now they're stuck. They're back down to 2 mana, and if they play a creature for 2, they can get 1 back with the Spare Sentinel, but yeah. I think it's worth it. Even if I didn't do it as early as probably would have been best. They do have a Generous Ent. Cycle that for a forest. Play another Well-Wisher. That is a risk that we took. See if we get another way to kill that. Another Sneaky Snacker. Well, we are Faithless Looting here no matter what. There's a Fiery Temper. Oh, I do really want to discard these 2 Snackers so that we can get them back with the next Faithless Looting. But I think we're just going to discard a Fiery Temper. I could discard 1 Snacker and then play an Epicure. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then with the next one, or maybe just a blood token, I can get the Kitchen Imp. Yeah, let's do that. So discard those 2. Fiery Temper the Well-Wisher. Gotta stop that life gain. Swing with the Snacker, because I'm happy if they block. Although I should have done this first, seeing as I Faithless Looted into this turn. But they decide not to. Play an Epicure and pass the turn. So, gotta remember that. Faithless Looting is 2nd main phase if we're going to be swinging with the Sneaky Snacker. Kind of intuitive, but, you know, I just forgot about it. They have a Nyxborn Hydra for 3, not even bestowing it. Just a 3/4 blocker. I mean, I used some Galv Blasts already, and Lightning Bolt doesn't kill that. Fair enough. Kind of annoying. Well, I'm going to discard the Sneaky Snacker to a blood token. I know how to sequence this. I almost did it wrong. And then I'm going to discard this this Kitchen Imp to this blood token to get back both of our Sneaky Snackers in our graveyard. I could have attacked with the one that I had, but I expected to run against this Hydra. I guess they then could have Lightning Bolted it. That wouldn't have been terrible. We're just going to wait. We don't need to swing with our 2 flyers now when we can attack with 4 flyers next turn, and that's 4 damage for sure unless they get some more Reachers, and we have 6 damage in hand, so that could be lethal right there. They do lead the Stampede. See if they lead it to victory or defeat. Well, that is 2 more Sentinels, which is pretty good here, I will have to admit. And a Generous Ent, so they can get another land if they want. Play a Sentinel. I guess they'd have to tap 2 for 1 more, so not going to do that. Vault of Whispers. So I can only get in for 2 damage with the Snacker, which is not lethal, notably, with our cards in hand. If I do that, I could then Faithless Looting to blow up the Nyxborn Hydra with my Fiery Temper, which clears all of their Reachers, and it'll get back all our Snackers that die. In fact, maybe I only attack with Snackers here, so that my Kitchen Imp lives. Yeah, I kind of like that. Oh, but they only have 3 blockers. Why don't I just attack with everything? Then they can block, 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 but that's still 4 damage, and then I still have lethal. And let's not throw. How about that? Does that sound better? Because I think that sounds a little bit better. So let's swing with the team. I know how math works. I know how to do things. They're going to block the Epicures and the Imp. Take 6. We're going to play a Vault of Whispers, Faithless Looting. Get rid of this Fiery Temper and this Vampire's Kiss. Oh, boom. Hit him with the Fiery Temper. Hit him with an Epicure for Exaxes. Okay, so that was better than almost killing them, I think. Is Chestmaster's Curse even good here? Probably. They just get out fast, but they play a lot of creatures. And the Festivities is obviously great, too. I do think Sneaky Snacker's good. They have some reach with the Sentinels and the Ents and the Hydra, but that's still only like 8 to 10 cards, probably. Epicures don't feel super important because they have a lot of 1/2s that can block them. The Sentinels, the Turn Timber Elf, Timber Watch Elf. It's Timber something Elf. I don't know. If they play Masked Vandals, probably will in the sideboard, if not the main deck. And that's a 1/3. So I think we can cut maybe most of the Epicures. I know that's part of our enabling package, but we still have 4 Vampire's Kiss, 4 Grab the Prize, 4 Faithless, Highway Robbery. It feels like maybe too many. Leave in 2 Epicures. Take out... Do these Elves decks play Scattershot Elf still? Because if they play those to get rid of Sneaky Snackers, maybe I cut these. I don't... That's kind of hedging on what they're going to do, but I kind of need 4 more cuts. And I don't want to cut any removal here. Because they're Elves. I don't know, maybe like 2 Snackers and 2 Alms of the Vein. Yeah, let's do it like that. I don't know. I don't know which is better. Sideboards are tough for decks you don't know. You know what I mean? I fixed this. Apparently it was off for some reason. Some update, I'm sure. This one looks okay. I'll keep it. I have some early removal. I have the Grab the Prize Kitchen Imp on turn 3. They didn't mulligan, so another Galvanic. I think this time I might take the chance and just shoot the first elf I see. We gotta slow them down. We don't have a very fast start. So maybe we get lucky and they only have the 1, but the 1 land, that is. But either way, I think it's right this time. And we did get lucky. They played a Birchlore Rangers, which doesn't even tap for mana by itself. So let's Jagged Barons and pass. And if they play a creature, we'll probably just Galvanic Blast this in response so they can't make an extra mana. Problem is we do want to save these, because if we get, no matter how much momentum we take from them, if we get to the point where they land a Well-Wisher or an Essence Warden or something, then we're going to lose a lot of our momentum. But if we can just keep them off mana, I'm gonna kill the Ranger, I guess. This doesn't tap for mana, so they're still on 1. And another Lightning Bolt's pretty good. This turn, let's just Vampire's Kiss them and pass. I'm not too scared of what they can play for 1 mana. Even if they get 2, I can kill it before they can use it, probably. Another Birchlore Rangers. Well, they can use it before I can kill it, but only if they have a 1-drop. It looks like not. At least not a sorcery speed one. Great Furnace. Well, let's grab the prize with this Kitchen Imp. They do gain a life off the Essence Warden, but they'll take 2 off the prize and 2 off the Kitchen Imp. We drew 2 more card draw spells. Should I kill the Birchlore Rangers, keep them on 1 again? Probably. 2 mana is where they get out of hand. I don't know. I still have another removal spell. It also just feels like maybe I should start holding my burn for them to just burn them out. And also they could have like a Hydroblast. A Hollow. Oh, well, Hollow's pretty good. Prevent all damage. Target spell would deal this turn. You gain life equal to the damage dealt. So they gained 3 instead of losing their guy. There's a Well-Wisher. If they have another Hollow, that's going to hurt. But I do need to try to kill that Well-Wisher. We're going to tap for a Sentinel right now. Still could have that Hollow. Oh, but they're attacking. Okay. Not going to even bluff it. Luckily, they're playing creatures that are not super relevant at the moment. We get an Alms of the Vein. They don't have any mana up, so we're not too worried about it. So I think I'm just gonna Highway Robbery this Alms, and then I'll Galvanic Blast the Well-Wisher. Discard the Alms of the Vein. Get another Faithless Looting and a Jagged Barrens. Okay. Don't really want the other Faithless Looting, but we got it, I suppose. Swing for 2, and I will deal them 4 damage with this Galv Blast by not allowing them to gain 4 every turn. So it's even better. They have a Winding Way. Let's see what this hits. Essence Warden, Quirion, and a Masked Vandal. That's pretty good. They get the Quirion Ranger down. Then the Essence Warden. I think they could have gotten the Essence Warden down first and gained an extra life, but maybe I'm wrong. Play the Masked Vandal. Get rid of my bridge, probably. Or maybe just a blood token. That's what I'd go for at this point, yeah. We have enough land. Doesn't matter too much. Gain 2 more. I mean, we would love to see an End the Festivities here. Pick off those Essence Wardens. Fiery Temper's not bad. Let's start with the Faithless Looting. 2 lands. Well, we're going to discard the Fiery Temper in the vault. And I think these Essence Wardens are definitely going to gain more than 3 life. So I should probably just shoot them. Then again, if I've drawn in the Festivities, they're going to die to it anyway. So maybe I just take out the Sentinel. Maybe that's silly, but let's try playing another Faithless Looting. Another Fiery Temper and a Rakdos Carnarium. Okay, well, there's another Fiery Temper. It could be forever until we get a thing. So let's see. Birchlord currently makes 2, maybe 3 mana with Quirion Ranger. None of these tap for mana, actually. So if I just kill the Birchlord, they only have 2 mana, 3 with the Quirion. So I guess we should shoot the Ranger. It's just it's tough. All of their guys do so many things. Play a Carnarium to bounce the Jagged Barrens. Attack for 2. And pass. Still hoping for an End the Festivities, even if it would be a little mana inefficient. Or creature inefficient, rather, with the Rangers we killed. But it still would kill 3 of their guys. They have another Sentinel. Also, 2 Sentinels would be able to start blocking a Kitchen Imp, so that was another reason I wanted to get rid of one of them. We'll take 4 here. Valdaran Epicure. Let's play another Faithless Looting. Sneaky Snacker and a Fiery Temper. Yeah, let's pitch those 2. Fiery Temper. I keep thinking I gotta get to an End the Festivities eventually. I mean, that's true, but it could take a while. But we have some time. I think I will just take out the guy who taps for mana again. Attack for 2. I'll play this Epicure because it deters attackers, mostly, even though they gain a life off of it. And I'll save this Jagged Barrens for our other Faithless Looting or a Blood Token. Quirion Ranger their land for 3 mana for a Nyxborn Hydra on 2. Okay, not a big deal. They'll swing for 1 with their Vandal. We will take it. Trespasser's Curse, a little late, but we will still probably play it. Let's Faithless Looting first. We get the End the Festivities and an Alms of the Vein. So let's play Alms and discard this Jagged Barrens. We also get back our Snacker, so these are pretty good. Let's hit them for 3. Now we can end the Festivities, wipe out their small guys, and offer the trade with this Kitchen Imp. Sure, why not? Maybe I should have attacked first so that I would incentivize the block and then get him. Probably would have been a little better. But this way we get in for 2 damage and we can still just kill this with a bolt if we draw another one. I have the Well-Wisher, so it could still be in a rough spot, although they only have 2 Elves at the moment. Swing with the Masked Vandal. We get a Kitchen Imp. Let's discard the Kitchen Imp to a blood. Cast it. Draw a card. Another Kitchen Imp. Probably just want to play the other Kitchen Imp then. So I was thinking about just sending in the Snacker and I can get it back, but that doesn't do anything because they'll just block it. So yeah, we're going to start losing Kitchen Imps, but if I get in for 6 damage, it's going to be worth it. So let's just play another one. And a Mountain. We'll keep that. We'll swing with the whole team. They can just block 1 Imp if they want, or they can trade the Well-Wisher for the Epicure, but I don't expect that. So we get in for 7. And again, it is late, but Trespasser's Curse still can do some good damage here, seeing as the way they come back is to make a bunch of creatures, especially with the Well-Wisher out. So they have Llanowar Elves. King for 1. Of course, each elf they play is going to gain them 1 off this Well-Wisher, but game 3 is a lot better than what it could be. They're going to leave back the squad this time, and we draw another Faithless Looting. I'm going to just play it now. Sneaky Snacker's not going to be the one blocked, so might as well. Grab the Prize and a Vampire's Kiss. Tough, because Vampire's Kiss doesn't... Neither of these really do anything without another card. So we can only save 1 of these. Vampire's Kiss does drain for 2, but Grab the Prize draws 2, so I think we're going to save that one. And I could swing with the team and hit for 4, but if they gain 3 back and we lose another Kitchen Imp, at that point it's not really worth it. I think we want to wait until we draw another Bolt. So let's just wait. Obviously waiting sucks because that's another tap of their Well-Wisher, which is 3 or more life, but we don't really have a great play here. They have a Winding Way. They get a Birchlore and a Generous Ent. Could have been worse. Birchlore's pretty good though. You get to play that. Well-Wisher's now 4. And Generous Ent's not too far away. Grab the Prize, Vault of Whispers. That doesn't even do 2 damage. So maybe I just want a Faithless Looting first. Yeah, let's Faithless. Emperor's Kiss and a Galv Blast. So Galv Blast does deal 4 damage. So we can kill the Nyxborn Hydra and start getting in for 6. Or we can just kill the Well-Wisher. But then we can't get in for 6. We can't start getting in for 6. And if we're getting in for 6 and they're only gaining 4, we are up. But if they get to the point where Well-Wisher's getting them 6, then we're down. But I think we need to start getting in. But 6 every turn if they're gaining 4 is only 2 a turn. Whereas if I just kill the Well-Wisher, they won't have the chance of going up. Oh, it's kind of tough. I think we're keeping the Grab the Prize again. But question is, do we want to Galv Blast Hydra or the Well-Wisher? They have 3 cards in hand. We know one of them's a Generous Ent. That can be a land, though. And they're going to start getting mana with their Birchlore Rangers. So they can have potentially 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have to kill the Well-Wisher. It's not really where I want to be because I can't get in, but if they don't gain life, then the Trespasser's Curse does more work, all of our other burn does more work, and we can shove with our flyers to get in for 4 if we're able to then use that 4 to push over the edge. But right now, I just don't think it's sustainable otherwise. They do cycle the Generous Ent for a Forest. So we're going to see that come down, and they're going to have 5 mana here. Which, I mean, 5 mana is pretty scary. 4 mana with a white source is pretty scary. Coalition Honor Guard, okay. Well, we got the Galv Blast in on the Well-Wisher before that came down, so that's probably for the best, because if we had hit this, we would never be able to kill the Well-Wisher, probably. Just another Great Furnace. Well, I think we're gonna just have to cast the Grab the Prize now, even though we don't get the 2 damage. Fiery Temper and a Faithless Looting. I mean, Fiery Temper has to go at Coalition, so it's only really gonna work if we have another one. We can't ensure we have another one, but I think we're trying it anyway. Yeah, let's Faithless Looting. Grab the Prize and a Fiery Temper is not going to do it. Fiery Temper only hits this for 3. Ugh, maybe we should have just saved it. I guess we just discard these 2 that we just drew. This is not going great. They have some sideboard stuff that's pretty scary. Quirion Ranger. Ping them for 1, but that gives them more mana. And it looks like they can play a Generous Ent finally. Yup. That's more life gain and more reach blockers. So, not great. Lightning Bolt. I mean, we can kill the Honor Guard now. I guess we have to. It takes so much work though. But we're gonna Faithless Looting. Discard this Fiery Temper, this Jagged Barrens, Fiery Temper the Honor Guard. Oh, or the Masked Vandal. That doesn't do any good. But it is a Standard Bearer or a Flag Bearer, and then we'll bolt it. See if they have the other Hollow. That'd be pretty good. They are Quirion Rangering in response. They do have the other Hollow. Oh my gosh. We got blown out. That's pretty good. We're maybe going to lose this one now. Can't kill that Honor Guard and can't kill them until we kill it. So, tough spot to be. Another Generous Ent. You've seen every single Generous Ent, I think. Seems a little excessive. Oh, we didn't see one early. I guess that's just 3. Well, I guess that's how it goes. Oh, we should have blocked with the Snacker because we're probably going to grab the prize here. Then again, we can wait. Might as well just do it next turn. Hopefully we'll have a madness spell of some sort. Well, hopefully we get another Galv Blast. We've already used 2, 3, 4. So hopefully we draw our 5th Galv Blast to deal with this Honor Guard. Oh, Masked Vandal can take out a Curse. That's pretty good. We've gotten hosed. Absolutely hosed. Well, let's block this Ent with a Snacker. Another Trespasser's Curse. Phenomenal. Doesn't do that much. I think I kind of want to discard it for 2 damage. No, that seems bad. 2 damage is good, but it's not going to get us there, and it's probably going to do more than 2 damage. So let's draw 2 Drossforge Bridges. Let's curse them, and let's pass the turn. Another curse. I can target them with it because I'm not allowed to target this Coalition Honor Guard with this curse. I know that for a fact. All right. I mean, if we're honest, I don't know if I can win this one. They're just going to keep swinging with the Generous Sense, so we should probably just ship it. Oh, they're at 17. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to go on to the next one. See if we can get that last game. But it was close until they hollowed. I mean, the hollow's brutal, but then also until they Coalition Honor Guarded. That's pretty rough. We didn't have the best start, but then again, they did not either. We killed a lot of their guys and should have been better. This hand looks okay. A lot of burn. And the Festivities is always an MVP as long as they don't have a hollow. So we're going to definitely watch out for that. And the Vampire's Kiss can make it so that we can Fiery Temper. So right now we have 11 burn in hand, 13 burn in hand with the Vampire's Kiss, actually. So 13 burn's not a bad way to start. So we're going to start that way. As soon as they keep a hand. All right, there we are. Play a Drossforge Bridge and pass. They're going to play a Llanowar Elves as they have every game. There it is. We're going to try to milk this and the Festivities for all it's worth. That's a Snacker. That can be pretty good. But we're going to just start with the Vampire's Kiss. Hit for 2. Probably use those if we get another land to Snacker and then Temper in the same turn. That could be pretty good. They have a Forest, so not pinched on 1 land this game. Always lucky. Cycle a Generous Ent after they've played their Forest. Oh, so that they can, yeah, Masked Vandal. That's pretty bad. Take out our only red source. That feels like cheating. Artifacts have never done anything wrong. Well, we now have to blood token away this sneaky Snacker just to try to hit our land drop, and we don't. Well, I guess we will just see if we lose. And if we never get another red again, we will lose. So, ugh, that's pretty annoying. Why couldn't that have been a Jagged Barrens? And there's a Birchlore Rangers. Do a Timberwatch Elf, which means they could have Hollow up, so even if I find a red source and try to kill one of these, could just get us another sneaky Snacker. Exactly what I wanted. Let's discard that. We draw a tapped artifact red source, so we'll see if they take it out as well. If not, maybe we have a shot. Games like this can just get skewed by 1 artifact destruction spell. Artifact Exile. Well-Wisher and Aquarian Ranger. That's a lot of stuff. They can just hit for 1,000,000 right here. 15 damage. Well, we have to try to end the Festivities. If they have the Hollow, then we're just going to lose. But we have to go for it because it will take out the Life Gainer, the Untapper, this and this. They won't have the ability to kill us at the very least. I could also try to high roll and grab the prize first and then draw a mountain, but that seems a lot riskier. If they have the Hollow, we're going to die. So, well, that's how it goes sometimes. Unfortunate. I feel like we should... I mean, in a vacuum, I think that match should be very favored for us. Game 1 it was, and Game 2 it was a good amount favored. We were just spending all of our burn killing their creatures, so we weren't able to kill them. Maybe a mistake. Maybe I should have sent more of it at their face. But they did have just a lot of sideboard cards for us. The Hollows, the Coalition Honor Guard, and I don't know if the Masked Vandals are main deck or sideboard. In a heavy affinity matchup, I can definitely see them being main deck. I think we're not in that right now very much because of mono red, but either way. We are blessed with the play once again, and then we're cursed with a Vault of Whispers opener. So we're going to mulligan this, keep this one quite a bit better, and I think we're just going to ship this Galv Blast, hope for a red excuse me, a black land so that we can get this Kitchen Imp down, but we get a turn 2 Sneaky Snacker unless they have like a Spell Pierce or something. Speaking of, there's an untapped Snow Island, but we are going to go for it regardless. Discard this Sneaky Snacker. Man, we are never lucky, are we? I play against this deck and I get absolutely trounced because they have the best start every single time, and then every time I play against someone, they have the Spell Pierce, they have the Hollow. Life is hard out here for someone who just wants to put some Sneaky Snackers onto the board, dude. I don't have a black land, so I guess I could bolt them if I wanted, but that's not very good. They're going to cycle a Lorien like a pathetic fool. Play a Fjord and pass. Fiery Temper. Great. I could have already had these cards in hand if I had had the Grab the Prize resolve. Brainstorm. Can you imagine playing cards like Spell Pierce? How embarrassing that would be. I cannot imagine. I only play cards that the real Magic players play. Things like Lightning Bolt, Fiery Temper, you know? Sneaky Snacker. Only the hard stuff. And they played Ponder after their Lorien, after their Brainstorm. They could play 4 Terrors next turn, and I couldn't do anything about it. And they probably will. Highway Robbery's a good draw. Let's cast that. Discarding this Snacker to get 2 Snackers back. Didn't draw a land, though. Pretty annoying, but at least I got the Snackers if, you know, 2 turns late. There's 1 Terror. There's 2 Terrors. Can we go for 3? Do I hear 3 Terrors? No, only 2. Pretty lame, honestly. Only 2 Terrors. Let's attack for 4. They're going to take it? Well, we never learn our lesson, and we grab the prize here for Sneaky Snacker. I think that's the goal. What? They had a counterspell? I could not imagine with 2 blue mana up that they could possibly have a counterspell. Alright, so we're taking 10. And we don't have very much burn in hand. We draw another Great Furnace. That's great. If we attack, we die to a bolt. If we don't attack, we die to the bolt anyway. They're going to scred this one. Sure. We'll just scoop it up. Well, let's bring in Pyros and Spell Bombs. Once again, Sneaky Snackers feel fine. They just didn't do much there. I guess just some lightning bolts. They don't really have anything to just like kill. And yeah, obviously we're burning them out, but like we'd prefer to do that with value, which is through our madness spells. So maybe just get rid of those. Like an Epicure. I guess a Vampire's Kiss. I don't know. Tell me how terrible my sideboarding is in the comments. And then tell me that instead I should be siding out 5 Vault of Whispers. Which, you know, I could get behind. If 3 or more people say that that's how I should be sideboarding, I'll probably start doing that. Your voice matters. Your voice can drastically decrease the quality of my videos in the future. Alright, this hand is acceptable. Not great, and pretty bad when we get countered with the Grab the Prize, but at least we'll get a Kitchen Imp off of it on turn 3. They have that Spell Pierce up. Good for frickin' them. But we're just gonna pass with a Blast up of the red elemental variety. Augur of Bolas? Do people still play that? Cast into the Fire. Some people are real losers, man. You know that? You can't even play broken, unfair lands in this format without people, like, crapping all over you. Is this what we want in life? That just seems kind of unfair to me. Oh, look at that. It's a Gorilla Shaman. I'm over it. All right, let's go on to match 4. See if we can do anything with this deck that's supposed to be good. I have not seen an affinity opponent in weeks. And by weeks, I mean like, 1 to 2 weeks probably. But it's been a little bit. So like, there shouldn't be a single artifact removal spell in the sideboards. You should have definitely taken them all out by now. This hand looks fine. Until they Gorilla Shaman us. Turn 1. No, they're going to like smelt. Main deck smelt us. It's going to be so freaking cool, dude. How am I going to deal with that? Like, I'll concede if they smelt us right here. 100% I'll concede. Aw, it's an Epicure. That's lame. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. I'm guessing mono red, although it could be a mirror match. Let's swing with the Epicure. They're going to block. Just going to Jagged Barons and pass. We have the Galv Blast if they go for a Tomb Raider. But we also do have double Galv Blast on their face if they don't. Oh, but they did. I can't stomach 2 damage for 1 mana every turn, so I will kill that. Kitchen Imp's a great draw. Play into their main deck Gorilla Shaman with a grab the prize into this Kitchen Imp. Hit for 2, draw 2, hit for 2 more. Epicure's good. More lands is not. We'd like to see a Faithless Looting maybe. Get some gas. Percussionist hits in for 1. Kuldotha Rebirth the Percussionist to try to hit a land drop, I guess. They get a Synth instead. Oh, they're just double Kuldotha-ing. Understood. We have another Galv Blast. Well, I can double Galv Blast, Epicure, Jagged Barons is 10 damage, Kitchen Imp is 2, so that's 12 damage there. But that's not 14, and then we could die to like Bushwhacker Bolt next turn, although we'd have a blocker. I could also discard this Jagged Barons with the blood. Oh, but I'd lose Metalcraft. Not if I play another Epicure. Yeah, I think my best bet is just kind of like hit for 2. They didn't have another land. So if I'm lucky, then they just won't. Like, if they Bushwhacker here, they can hit for, what is that, 14? And I'll block, so it'll be 12, which means I won't die to a Fire Blast. And they would need like a Goblin Grenade and a Mountain. And if they don't have that, I can just Galv Blast them and hopefully take them out. Ooh, they get a Chain Lightning off their Swinth, but I have double red up, so that's pretty cool of me. Look at me go. You're going to shoot my Kitchen Imp? Well, you're going to spell your own doom by me Chain Lightninging your face back. How do you like that? I have the win in hand. I'll take 6. Triple Fire Blast somehow. Alright. We will burn them out before they can burn us. Woo! Alright, we got Trespasser's Curses, and we have End the Festivities for this matchup. We get to take out Sneaky Snackers, because those suck in this matchup, because they trade with everything, and they're too slow to get back very reliably and certainly more than once. We want to keep all of our life gain, which is these 8. We want to keep all of our creatures that trade, and we want to keep all of our removal. That does not leave a lot of options. That leaves Highway Robbery, which I do think is a fine one to cut, and to grab the prize. Honestly, seeing as we're cutting the Snackers, I don't hate just cutting a couple of these. Obviously, they're good cards, but we really just need to bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? So let's give that a shot. Looks like a great hand to get run over by a Gorilla Shaman, but End the Festivities, Vampire's Kiss, and a bunch of Madness is pretty good, so we're not going to get rid of it. Voldaren Epicure. You draw Jagged Barons, that's a good draw. It's a black source that can't get destroyed by a Gorilla Shaman or a Cast into the Fire. And it pinks for 1. So, Experimental Synth into a Reckless Impulse. Brutal. Attack for 1. And they don't even have another land drop. What are they doing here? Alright, well, we're gonna play them out, and we drew another Vampire's Kiss. We're just gonna start... We're gonna start kissing them to death, dude. they're going to be so... They're going to have so much affection that they're not going to know what to do with it. They did find their second mountain, though, so we'll see. Oh, they have another Ren's Resolve. You didn't want to cast this Reckless Impulse in Exile? Oh, wait, you can't! Alright, they got a Bushwhacker and a mountain, so they could Kuldotha next turn, which would be brutal, seeing as we have this End the Festivities, but we obviously can't flash it in. So... everything I do costs 2 mana. Like, if I want a Blood Token and Madness any of these, it costs 2, and if I have Vampire's Kiss, it costs 2, so I can only do one thing unless I also want to cast the End the Festivities, which I'm going to save. Even if they don't have the Kuldotha, it'll just take out this Bushwhacker. But I could just use it on the Kitchen Imp, the Blood Token on the Kitchen Imp now, to see if I draw like a 1-drop, like an Epicure. But I could also use it Flash Speed as a blocker, but if these are 2-1s, I'm not going to want to do that anyway. So I might as well just get in the damage now. So let's just cast this. It's unclear yet if we're going to be the aggro or not. If they have the Kuldotha, they're certainly the aggro. But they're also bushwhacking, and I don't really want to block that, so hoping they don't have the Kuldotha, and I'm going to swing for 2. Seeing as we have the life gain, we can be aggressive even if they are being aggressive, because we can just gain a bunch of life instead. And if they bushwhacker and everything, they hit for 10, but we get to wipe their board with the End of the Festivities, and then Vampire's Kiss or Alms of the Vein for like some more life gain, so it's not the end of the world. With that said, I didn't want you to do it. Alright, so they do have it, and we are taking 10. Which is not great, but we do get to wipe the board and gain some life. So let's end the festivities. End these MFing festivities. I think we're just going to play a mountain, attack for 2, and pass. Instant speed, we will do one of these. Alms if we need the life gain. Fiery Temper if they play like a Tomb Raider. They have a synth into an Epicure, which is totally fine. Not that offensive. Another Bushwhacker makes it a little bit more offensive. But can we just kill here? Because they're going to hit for 4. But if I Alms of the Vein them, they're at 9. I can swing for 2, so they're at 7. And then I'm on tapping and I have 5 mana. I can play a Vault. I can Vampire's Kiss them, they're at 5. I can discard an Alms, hit them to 2. That's not lethal unless I draw something here. But I do have quite a few draws off of it. So I'm going to be gaining 8 life. So up to 16, I'm down to 12. So I don't think I'm going to get too overzealous here. But I don't think I need to kill one of these. So I think we're going to go for the Alms either way. And if we draw like a Lightning Bolt here, then we have lethal for sure. Epicure is good. I don't know if that's enough. There's a Lightning Bolt. I think that still works. Right? Because they're at 9. We can Vampire's Kiss them for 2. So that's, 2. Lightning Bolt for 3. Alms of the Vein. We just needed a 1 mana spell that dealt damage. Let's attack with his Kitchen Imp before they know what's going on in case they have a Fire Blast. Just in case. And then let's discard this Alms of the Vein. Alright. See, it should be so easy to win against all of these decks that we are very well matched up against. You know, how are we freaking 2-2? Should be illegal. It's illegal, man. All right, another match here. We have an okay hand. Let's give it a try. 4 ways to discard a total of 8, and with flashback 12 cards, and 1 madness spell. So a little lopsided, but Faithless Looting, Vampire's Kisses, they can find us more madness cards, so it's gonna be a-okay. And that is a guarantee. Oh, look, it's a mirror match. This hand's not very good in a mirror match, but we're gonna give it a try. Let's Faithless Looting the Alms of the Vein. And a Sneaky Snacker. Dude, this could not be easier. Just have to draw like a god, while our opponent, who probably has a virtually identical list, draws poorly. Easy. Those were some pretty good draws, honestly. Fiery Temper means we can do another Faithless Looting, maybe hit their Snacker, or if we could just do like a Grab the Prize. A land lets us grab the prize, Fiery Temper, and get our snacker back. I think that's pretty good. And we're up a lot of damage here. I think I'm just going to Fiery Temper their face. Because they go to 11, and we both have a snacker, so, like, I'm already quite a bit ahead, I think. Because I could just shoot their snacker, but if they just draw 2, that's pretty useless. So, yeah, let's just throw it at them. Another snacker and a Drawsforge Bridge for us. Not bad. They have a Jagged Barrens. Swing for 2 past us. Let's swing for 2, see if they try to remove this guy, in which case we can bring it right back. If not, let's just Vampire's Kiss them. Drawsforge Bridge, pass. On the end step, we can discard this snacker with a blood token, and then we can Faithless Looting to get it back. We're really just looking for big burn spells at this point. Galvanic Blasts and Lightning Bolts and Fiery Tempers. Since we're quite a bit ahead, they're going to bolt our snacker, which is great for us, because we are going to be able to get it back. Razor Trap Gorge, they are playing this one. Especially good in the mirror match, I would assume. Even when we're the ones ahead of them, they're able to have it untapped. Demand Answers on a Fiery Temper, pretty good. But Demand Answers at Sorcery Speed could have been a grab the prize. Could have dealt 2 extra damage. They're going to swing with a snacker. We'll take it. Pitch this second one in our hand. Another Vampire's Kiss. Let's Faithless Looting. Bring back those snackers. Another Faithless. Couple lands. I don't think we care about that. I think we're just going to double kiss here, I guess. Or I could just kiss once. Could sack a blood token if I draw like a bolt. It's not going to be enough either way. And the life gain's pretty good in this matchup. I don't think we're going to be able to die from 18 points of life here, so let's just go for it. I guess if they have Bolt on the end step, hit us for 2 with a snacker, then we're down to 13. They have 4, maybe 5 mana to deal that 13 damage. They can maybe get there with the perfect 6 cards, but that's not looking like the perfect 6. Oh, unless they are attacking. That's aggressive. Unless they just have 2 removal spells for these guys. Alms of the Vein should clean this up, though. But we're going to try to use it last, because I could, if they have like an instant speed Alms of the Vein to gain life off of Demand Answers or something, then we can do it in response. They have a Galv Blast. Take 2 off the snacker. Well, we're going to Vampire's Kiss them. There we go. All right, quick win there. What do we get against them? I like Gorilla Shamans in this matchup. They have snackers, so Pyroblasts. No. They have snackers, so maybe Spell Bombs for snackers and Faithless Lootings, but that's not great. Smash to Smithereens is not great either, but if it blows up a Mirrodin land, it's pretty good. If it even just hits like a Drawsforge Bridge, it deals them 3, that can be okay. But I don't think... Problem is, if I don't change many things, we're mostly just relying on getting a better draw than them. And that's not necessarily where we want to be. Snackers were pretty good there, if we just keep bringing them back. So I guess I could just get rid of some bolts. But, like... yeah, I don't know if Bolt is better. Bolt might just be better than Smash to Smithereens. If I can get that land, though, it's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe we just take out 4 bolts. Is that crazy? I think I like everything else a little better. I guess we're on the draw, so we need to have more defenses. Smash to Smithereens is a nice way to catch up. Sneaky Snacker's a nice blocker. But maybe we don't want as much card draw on the draw. Maybe we don't need Kitchen Imp on the draw as much. I don't know. We're just going to go with the Lightning Bolts. And you're not allowed to comment on my terrible sideboards. Okay, we've discussed this. This one's not great. We don't really do anything till turn 3. But we do have a little bit of life gain. I I just hate mulliganing because I feel like every time I mulligan an okay hand like this, where it's not great but it's not terrible, I end up going to 5, and then I'd prefer this over any 5-card hand, I think. So I'm just going to keep it. Like, usually I mulligan this and then I get 7 spells, and it's like, well, I can't keep 7 spells, obviously. So Jagged Baron's not a bad draw. I mean, it is kind of, but, you know, if you lie to yourself enough, you might start to believe it. So, oh, what a terrible land. This Razor Trap Gorge tapped. Embarrassing. Galvanic Blast is okay. Don't really have anything for 2 mana, so we'll just play our tap land. I'd much prefer a tap land that's susceptible to artifact removal. They have a Great Furnace, in case we draw any of our artifact hate. Grab the Prize on a Kitchen Imp, so we're going to have to blast that. Our life total a little high here. Take 1 down to 15. Another Fiery Temper. Let's grab the Prize. I could temper to kill this to really be conservative, but I think we're just going to go for the life gain and try to ignore this Epicure. Swing the life in our favor. Ooh, and we get 2 Jagged Barons. 7 lands secretly is exactly how much mana you want in this deck, because you have 3 to use, and then you have 4 to cry over. So that's the secret. Another draw spell. Oh, they have a Cast into the Fire. Hey. See, Cast into the Fire is obviously better for removing lands. Like bridges, right? Of course, bridges. But I don't know. In this matchup, with this or with Burn, I kind of like Smash the Smithereens because, yeah, it doesn't get rid of the land, the bridges, but it gets rid of the other ones, and also 3 damage is really important. That said, where am I at? I think I'm just going to play a Mountain in case they play a Kitchen Imp or a Snacker or something that I want a Fiery Temper for full cost. It's either that or just Jagged Barons and then do nothing. But I might as well have this contingency open for when they Faithless Looting and get a Kitchen Imp. Look, I'm so smart. Look at how smart I am as I lose. Losing to a reflection. It's not even a real person. It's just me in a past life. All right, let's shoot this with Fire. We're down to 12. They're still at 4 cards because of how this deck works. And we have drawn poorly. But we can get a Kitchen Imp down. Ooh, for 4 mana. Fiery Temper. Not Fiery Temper. I have one of those. Faithless Looting would be a really good draw. They also Vampire's Kiss us. Gal Blast does not do much. They are low-ish on cards. Let's just play a Kitchen Imp and pass so that it at least has to eat a bolt, I guess. If we attack with it, they can just ignore it. Much more likely that we die. This way, they either don't get in for their damage or they have to kill it. Better shot of us not dying. They're going to grab the Snack. Classic combo. Been around since the dawn of Pauper. Another Grab the Prize, but no damage off that one. Jagged Barons. Another land. That's exactly what I wanted. I will pass. I mean, the only way this can turn around is 1, if we don't die this turn, which feels very unlikely. And 2, if we can then get a whole bunch of life gain. And they're going to discard a Drawsforge Bridge to a Blood. Faithless Looting. Oh, ye of little faith. They didn't hit any Madness spells. Flashback of Faithless Looting. Digging for that bolt. They found the Galv Blast. Well, you know what? Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Alright. Any changes? I mean, I don't think more Lightning Bolts would have done anything there. It was the lands. We should have sided out the 5 vaults of Whispers. That was the issue. I knew it. This hand looks okay. We can maybe get the Smash to Smithereens if we're lucky, but if not, we can still just do a turn 2 Grab the Prize Snacker, which is pretty good. We have some life gain. I will say, it looks like they're playing the new lands over the Drawsforge Bridges. They still have the Mirrodin lands for their Galvanics, but they're not playing the bridges, so their Galvanics are less likely to hit, but they're also not able to get Cast into the Fire on their bridges, which is fine, because I'm not playing Cast into the Fire. And I'm just happy that I can blow up some of their lands. So hopefully they'll play a Great Furnace here and we can smash it. But they're going to be a rude little... play a mountain. Most unfair land in the game, and they are going to cast into the fire, which is fine because we have plenty of lands. What a waste. Another smash to smithereens. Well, if you're going to add insult to injury, then I'm going to just attack you for 2 damage. I'm going to play Jagged Barons and play nothing and see how you like it. Okay? Yeah. Doesn't feel good, does it? Gosh darn it. Play an artifact. If they'd also just tapped out for a Vampire's Kiss, then I can blow up the things, you know, the whatchamacallums, blood tokens, if they're tapped out. And I would do that. Still a lightning bolt. Well, one of these days they're going to have to kill this snacker, and I'm going to get it right back when they do. Until then, let me present them with another target to cast into the fire. Lovely Drawswords Bridge. Add to their portfolio of exiled artifact lands. No, they decline. Grab the prize snacker this time. Snacker's tapped, though. Silly. And another mountain. Okay, well, smash to smithereens. Not the play, clearly. There is the cast into the fire. I knew they were going to do it. I'm so proud of them. I knew they could do it. You know what? We could smash it in response. That's pretty hot. Well, we can just ditch these to Faithless Lootings if we need. Oh, or we can just double Alms of the Vein. That's pretty good, too. Well, if they're not going to kill my snacker, I guess I'll just play my Faithless Looting anyway. And gain 6 off of it. Haha. Maybe we should have done this pre-combat in case we got any kitchen imps, but I knew we simply were not going to draw any. It's not that hard. Alright, they're down to 5, and we're up to 23. Another victory for the Smash to Smithereens crew. I mean, they're not doing anything, but they are here watching as we win. Jagged Barons, that's a 5th non-artifact land. Hardcast Alms of the Vein? Wow, you are desperate. Kitchen Imp. No way to madness it, though. 2 Galvanic Blasts, only 2 artifacts because they cast into the fire. Smash to Smithereens, no artifacts to hit. But we can just snacker, hit them for 2. Jagged Barons hit them for 1, and double Galv Blast hit them for 4, so they're down to 1. No, they're going to Galv Blast the snacker. In which case, I could Faithless Loot and get it back. Can't get the Kitchen Imp off of it, though. So I think I'll just wait. Yeah. Double Galv Blast them here down to 3, and then next turn I can Faithless the Kitchen Imp, I guess, is the play. Vampire's Kiss. Tap out, tap out, tap out. Let me blow up all your blood tokens with Smash to Smithereens. It'll be so funny. Oh, they're going to use the blood right away? That's not fair. A Kitchen Imp? What kind of a card is that? That's not a real card. So I'd be down to 11. I could shoot this, but I think we want to just save this for them. I don't know. It's going to be really funny if I die here. Funny in the sad way. Let's Galv Blast. I can't smash this because they can sack in response. So let's just Galv Blast again. I mean, shock. Gorilla Shaman. Well, that can get rid of the blood and feel less bad about it. But let's just Faithless Looting, I guess. I swear, these Smash to Smithereens are going to kill me here, aren't they? Yeah, let's discard a Kitchen Imp and a Smash, because that doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't really need these lands, though. Let's get rid of a Vault of Whispers. We could always use that Smash to Smithereens still. I know it's here for me. I think I'm going to have to leave this Kitchen Imp back. Because if I attack, they're at 3, but what does that matter if they can hit me for 4 down to 7 and then kill me, right? So let's Carnarium, bounce a Jagged Barons, and hope that they can't finish the job. There's the Galv Blast, but they had to use it on this instead of on me, which, to be fair, was only 2 damage because they are losers who don't play artifact lands. But they have another Kitchen Imp, so that's 6 damage. So they have 3 cards to deal 5 damage. Feels like they might be able to get there. Oh, but they're leaving 1 back, so maybe not. So we have a chance. Galv Blast. That's lethal, right? No. I'm crazy. No, because the Smash to Smithereens doesn't hit them. And this can't attack past this, so it's not lethal. And I don't have 3 artifacts. I'm playing all the artifact lands that I'm supposed to. And this isn't on. And they're not playing any. And that just feels unfair, if I can be so bold. So I'll Jagged Barons them. And if they are foolish enough to play an artifact land, then I can kill them. But if they're not, then we die. I should probably have played this Gorilla Shaman, though. But that would disincentivize them from playing any artifacts. So they did it, guys. They played an artifact. They played another one. And not even just a blood or a land. It's a whole other one that happens to also have a sacrifice ability on it. Who knew? I'm going to sack it right away. In case I was tempted to smash to smithereens it, I didn't even get the chance. They're going to swing with the team this time. I bet they are. Well, I'm going to block and I'm going to zap this guy. And I'm going to take 2 down to 5. They play another. They don't have any artifact lands. Oh, Vampire's Kiss? It would be absolutely hilarious if they play another Vampire's Kiss here. I guess that wouldn't kill me. But something that costs 2 mana but none of their bloods to kill me here. But then I was able to blow up both of their blood in response. That would be really funny. Not what's happening, but it would be funny. Well, this is definitely the last turn of the game. And I have to draw really well. I can't imagine what I could even draw. I guess a Faithless Looting into 2 Lightning Bolts or Fiery Tempers would be really good. But I might as well smash this blood token in case they mistakenly don't use it. And I can bolt them with it. Okay, they did. Oh, look, they even have the Drawsforge Bridge. What the frick, dude? If they just had that. I don't need to blow it up. If they had it on the field, I would have been able to hit them for 6. Kitchen Imp. I play a Kitchen Imp. I guess that keeps me alive, technically, by not attacking. Well, the Smashes might have been bad cards to bring in. I'll admit that. But I also thought they'd have some more artifact lands. So I knew they were playing the Gorgeous, but I thought they were playing more of these. And apparently they're even playing some Bridges. So unlucky, I guess. I'll go to 1. Couldn't possibly kill me from 1, could you? Galv Blast. Well, that looks like it's death. All right. Well, if you like piles of garbage like this, go ahead and play it. Frankly, I mean, obviously I did pretty poorly with it. I don't think the deck's that good. Like it's a fine deck. You're gonna win some games, but it's even with the grab the prize. I don't think it's like tier 1 or anything by any means. It's good. It's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.